Well, tomorrow morning, 87 Wisconsin area veterans will depart from Madison on a chartered flight bound for the nation's capital.
It is the 43rd Badger Honor Flight, taking Korean and Vietnam-era veterans to visit the memorials in Washington, D.C.
And you're invited to welcome the veterans home tomorrow night at a big celebration at the Dane County Airport. Brian Ziegler is the communications director of Badger Honor Flight. Joins us now. Welcome back to Live at Four.
Good to see you.
Thank you. Glad to be back.
For people not familiar, how does this all work?
We're a completely 100% volunteer organization, and we invite our veterans to take an all expense paid, zero cost to them, trip to Washington, D.C. along with their peers. And we get to see the memorials that are built in their honor. It's a wonderful trip for them, and every one of our veterans gets the chance to select their own guardian, who is usually a family member. So it just even makes it a better special bonding moment for them that day.
So just for the day, there and back.
There and back.
But then the best part is when they come home, because everybody watching tonight, anyone watching, can show up at the airport, thank them for their service, and welcome them back.
Exactly. We're inviting the public to come back on out and give these veterans that welcome home that several did not get when they came back from the service.
So this will be Vietnam and Korean veterans?
Correct.
And how are they selected?
It's first come, first serve. They have to fill out an application with us, and our ranking goes terminally, their last chance. It's a medical, if they got certain needs, or World War II, Korean, and the Vietnam era.
We're looking at some pictures from past trips. The emotions must run high.
It's a very emotional day. It's actually more emotionally draining than the length of day that you're out there. I mean, we're going to be there at the airport tomorrow. It's starting at 4 o'clock.
Oh, yeah.
So, and then, as you said, the flight gets home at 9:15 tomorrow night. So that's a part of it, but I mean, it's just, it keeps you going. I mean, everywhere you go, as you see in these pictures, folks are out there thanking our veterans for what they've done for America.
Oh, it's wonderful. And this flight is going to be unique and special in its own way. Tell us about who's going on this trip.
We have 11 Korean, and we have 76 Vietnam veterans. And right now we have at least 2 groups of brothers who are traveling together themselves. And so that's what's getting to be unique. We're finding more and more from the Vietnam era where brothers were called up to serve together. Whether they were active duty, National Guard, Reserve, doesn't matter. You put the uniform on, and we're finding a lot more of that, and it just makes the trips more special for those folks going.
And it's paid for by how? About donations?
Donations. Everybody that's on watching the show tonight, their donations. They're the ones going out to the fundraisers for that. Tomorrow's flight is being sponsored by Capital Flight. They had an event back in July. Raised a lot of money. Tomorrow we're going to announce in the morning what they raised. Last year was a great amount. I've heard that I don't even know the amount for tomorrow, but I know that tomorrow's amount will have pretty much paid for the entire flight there between the 2 events. That's how we get our flights paid for.
I bet it's not hard to raise money for an organization like this.
We're one of the great organizations in the Dane County area. A lot of great places people can put their money in, and I'm glad they're supporting our organization.
It is a day they'll never forget.
Exactly.
And you're a veteran yourself and a Iraq War veteran. Thank you for your service too, Brian.
Thank you very much.
Great to see you.
Brian, thank you. And we want to remind you can help welcome home the veterans at the Badger Honor Flight Homecoming. The plane lands at the Dane County Airport tomorrow night at 9:15. The Badger Honor Flight recommends getting there at least an hour early to get in place and get the ceremony just perfect.
Right, you know how flights go. Just so you're all set up and ready to go. And if you've never done it before, it's an experience you'll never forget.
Brian,
very moving.